You know what day it is? It's November 19th, the day I said I would make a video about the brick jump in one of my other videos. Unfortunately, I won't be following through on that promise, but I will be bringing you something that's hopefully just as interesting. Today marks a couple of great achievements for the channel. First of all, 100 subscribers, and today is the 1-year anniversary of this channel being created. And one more thing, look who's here to celebrate.
Premiumbeat.com. Premiumbeat.com.
Let's start with that first one. We have surpassed 100 subscribers in under a year, and that is because of all of you. So thanks for liking, sharing, and commenting. And special thanks to all of you for staying subscribed even though I do not post as often as I should. That next bit then. Today marks 1 year since I started this channel, and throughout that year I have progressed so much in terms of biking skills, scripting, and editing. I owe all this progression to this channel and to you guys, because without it I wouldn't have had any reason to improve. Now, in my last special, I showed y'all some of the best clips I've recorded set to Epic Flight by Immersive Music. That was 5 months ago, so naturally, we have some new best clips ever recorded. And we also have a new Premiumbeat.com song to go along with them. So enough chit-chat, let's get on with it.
Premiumbeat.com. 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 Premiumbeat.com.
And there it was. As you may be able to tell, our skills have improved greatly in the last year. Remember when I couldn't even clear the jumps at Lincoln? Well, I can now, and with ease. Oh, and what about the rim trail drop? I was so scared of hitting this drop, and now I can do drops twice the size of it with no problems. This really shows that it isn't just in my head, and that I have improved at least a bit. I hope you enjoyed seeing that. And now, for something completely different.
It's bad run for me.
Alright, let's have a look at some questions, shall we? Okay, so the first one is from MurphDogMTB, and he says, What made you start making videos in mountain biking? Well, I'll answer. I started making videos last year because I accidentally bought a 1-year license to Adobe Premiere Pro. I started filming myself mountain biking because I thought that's something fun I like to do, and then like learn how to edit. And this program's just sitting on my desktop doing nothing. Might as well use it. My first ride was at Lake Fayetteville with my science teacher. I crashed. It was pretty great. Really started to pick it up last year is whenever I really got into mountain biking, which is why I started this channel last year. Next one is from Smarty Smoker 69. He said, in your How to Ride Street video, why did you copy Seth Bike Hacks? It sounded literally like the same words in the voiceover. Okay, I get this question a lot. I mean, I don't really think I copied him because I didn't know he had a video on this. I'll link the script in the description and you can look at it if you want. I had a video on it, and I watched his video after I got a few comments about this, and I mean, I can see the similarity, but I don't think they're the exact same though. AC Bikes asks, are you going to upgrade to a RockShox fork? No. I might get a new bike that comes with one, but I'm not going to upgrade to one. ATK Racing, he asks, can you do a bike check? Yes, I will do a bike check. Subscribe so you don't miss it. AJ Whitaker, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly. Hey, he says, hey man, love your channel, and I can't wait to see it grow. Thank you. I'm riding a Diamondback Coil EX mountain bike, now turned trail bike. I've done a lot of upgrades to the bike, about $500 worth, me too. And now I'm looking at possibly getting a new brake set. Do you have any suggestions for a cheap set of brakes, either mechanical or hydraulic? Thanks. First of all, don't get mechanical brakes. Hydraulics, I would recommend anything in Shimano's line of brakes. Personally, I use the Shimano Dior XT. Those are really good, but they're $200 for the set, including tax. If you can afford that, go for it. Those are excellent brakes. But there's also a couple options. There's SLX, and it costs about $50 less than Dior XT for the set. Also, there's Dior, and that one is missing a couple things that SLX and Dior XT have, but they're about $110 for the set. And they're still quality. Anything from Shimano is good. I would recommend a Shimano hydraulic. John Doe asks, what bike do you ride? I ride the Giant ATX2, the 2015 model. I really like it. It's great. It's lasted 3 years. I've poured about $600 worth of upgrades into it, and it's excellent. It's basically equivalent to a Giant Fathom now that I've done all these upgrades. I don't recommend it in its stock configuration for mountain biking. Cash Allen asks, what's your dream bike? What do you want to move on to next? If money is not in the way, I would really want a Giant Rain Advanced 1 2017 because of the red and black color scheme and the Fox Performance Elite suspension and the Shimano XT drivetrain brakes. But realistically, I want the Giant Fathom 2, and I'm going to transfer over my brakes, bars, and stem. The Fathom 2 is $1,100. Comes with a really nice paint job. You can look it up if you want. Steve asks, where do you live? I live in Northwest Arkansas, which is one of the greatest places to mountain bike in the United States. All sorts of great places to ride here. There's over 100 miles of trail. Moab MTB asks, what's your favorite trail or trail system? Favorite trail system is Slaughter Pen because variety. I like all of their stuff. There's not a single trail there that I don't like. My favorite trail is at Slaughter Pen, Red Barn / Tristan's Trail. It kind of transforms into Tristan's Trail further down because of the optional features that are really fun. It's just really flowy and fast and downhill. It's great. T-Pro Wizard asks, can you explain your workflow for producing and editing videos? What sort of computers do you use? I could. It would take about half an hour. So I'll give you an abbreviated version. My main editing computer is a box that I built in 2014. It has an AMD FX 6300 clocked at 4.2 gigahertz with 8 gigabytes of DDR3 1866 megahertz RAM and an AMD R7 260X 2 gigabyte card with a 120 gigabyte SATA 3 SSD that I edit off of. And once I'm done with the video, I transfer it to my file server, which is a Dell computer that I bought on eBay for $20. Put a couple hard drives in it and an SSD, and now I store video on that. If you want more detail, just email me. I'd be happy to explain. I love talking about computers. From Anonymous, hi, I have exactly the same suspension, Suntour XCR32 Air. If I weigh 45 kilograms, how many pounds do I have to put in the suspension? Sorry if something's wrong, I don't speak English. That's spot on. I can understand everything you're saying. 45 kilograms, you need 100 PSI. But if you have reduced the volume, you can get away with 45 PSI. I highly recommend you reduce the volume on that thing. It's cheap, relatively easy, totally worth it because it makes the fork so much better in so many ways. So that's it for Q&A. Now it is time for the grand finale. The co-founder and good friend of mine has returned to Fayetteville for a brief visit from his new home in Oxford, Mississippi. Aiden and I are going to take Colin back to some of the most iconic places that we used to ride at, and I'm going to include the best moments from those outings. We started with Gregory Park on Saturday. This place is home to a couple of small downhill trails packed into a really small area that are surprisingly great. We stayed here for about 3 hours.
I'm not gonna clear this one.
Whoa! I sent that so deep. All right. Whoa, yes! I mean, I paid for stuff, so it's good. All right, Aiden, I'm coming to get you. Sketchy, just there. Yeah! Holy crap, that was sketchy. Whoa! I went so high. Wow. I'm riding sketchy today. The next place we went to was Slaughter Pen in Bentonville, Arkansas on Sunday. As you know from my previous video, there have been lots of edits since Colin moved away. Unfortunately, Sunday turned out to have crappy weather. We rode about half of All-American and then hid out at Subway until we could be picked up. Never fear though, because we returned on Monday to be greeted with no rain, higher temperatures, and less leaves. This being Colin's last day, we really did ride hard, and Colin kept up nicely, especially considering that he hasn't ridden here in over 5 months. And there it is, 100 subscribers, and 1 year of content producing. I'd like to thank everyone that helped me get to this, including Colin, Aiden, my younger brother Derek, and of course, you guys, my subscribers. So here's to another year of progression in skill, quality, and quantity of content. Thank you, and have a great Thanksgiving.